Got it.
So it's recording now.
Okay, so do we start now?
If
Can
you
we
guys
start
want
now?
to. Yeah, if you guys want to.
Okay. Hi, my name is John and this is Annabella. We are from AJ News reporting from Big Sky, Montana. And today we are here to interview Stephanie Ryan, a renowned scientist and educator. John, you go ahead and start with your first question. Do you like biology, chemistry, or technology better?
That's a really tricky question. I have a degree in chemistry, but I actually really like teaching kids about biology.
Which degree was hardest for you to get and why?
I would say the PhD was difficult in that it took a long time and I had to figure out my own project and defend my project and then write it. The writing was really hard.
Do you learn more from college or your working experience?
That's a really good question. I think that you learn different things in the different places. And I learned more of the basics when I was in college. And then in their working experience, I learned how to adapt. So it's a skill I picked up in college was here are all the different ways you could do it. And then when you are in your job, new technologies come out all the time. So you end up needing to change and grow with that.
Which field is it easiest to teach people science for you, and what is the hardest thing about learning science?
I think teaching physics, people really tend to do well with when you show them an activity. I personally really like to show chemistry and biology because those are my favorite subjects. I think what's hard to learn about is sometimes people are afraid that they won't understand it, and so they don't even try. But a lot of the things that I try to teach kids is something that is basic and it is easy to understand as long as you keep doing the activity. So I think that as long as you believe in yourself and you keep staying curious, then science will be fun and easy for you.
What is the best thing about college, and did you like it?
Personally, the best thing about college for me was moving away from home because I had lived with my parents that whole time and it was exciting to move to a bigger city. And each time I've moved in life, I went to a bigger and bigger city. So I really liked the independence of it and then getting to choose the classes I wanted to take because you don't always get to choose that when you're in K through 12. And in college, if you really like, let's say you love to paint, you can go take a painting class if you'd like.
When you were younger, were you also interested in science?
I was. I really liked science. My dad was an engineer, so he really encouraged us to do science and math. But there were all of these science camps in my state that we could go to on weekends or in the summer, and we participated in those, and they were a lot of fun.
How did you know that this was the job you wanted to do?
I kind of fell into this job. I knew I wanted to do science and I knew I liked to teach kids how to do things, but I didn't know I would end up where I am right now. I just slowly got into it through all of my different jobs I've had. I found that I really liked writing curricular materials and assessments. And then I decided to write a book and start an Instagram account and a TikTok, and they just kind of took off with the pandemic.
What was your inspiration to get into chemistry and biology and math?
It was hard. So in school, everything was kind of memorizing, and I like to figure out why things work. And chemistry was it took me longer to get it. And because of that, I really liked that. I liked that I could figure out the answer by doing a lab, and that I had to learn a lot of material to understand it.
What is the process of getting a PhD?
It depends on where you go. So my PhD, I was the first person in my program to graduate from this program. So they were trying to figure out what they wanted to do with me. And I had to have a portfolio that talked about what I learned from all my coursework. So I took a lot of courses in psychology, education, chemistry, and research methods so that I could say that, look, I've learned something, and then you pass that. And then I had to write a proposal of what I wanted to do my research on. And then after I did that research and that was approved, I had to give a presentation in front of a group and answer any questions they had about my dissertation. And my dissertation was about that thick. It was huge and it took me over a year to write. So once they say yes to that, then you graduate. So it's an interesting process.
As a female myself, I'm very interested in math and technology. Is it harder for a female to get into this field versus a male?
I think that it depends on where you are. I know that personally, I went to an all-female college, and so everybody was female, and it was easy for me to get into it. I know that other places it might be different. I think what you have to have is you have to have an interest in it, and you need to believe in yourself that you belong there, and just keep believing in your work with it.
Thank you so much for your time today. We learned a lot about you and science today and hope this is helpful for all students around the world.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll stop recording it.